everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be Jaclyn Hill's Ride or Die tag. I am so happy that she came up with this. I think it's such a great idea. This gives me the opportunity to show you guys some of the products that I love using but may not have actually shown you in some of my previous videos. I'm going to start by going in order of how I would apply these products to my face. And the first product I have is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is just a small sample size that I have, and it has lasted me
so long, you guys.
The oil-free formula of this primer is just perfect for myself. I do have slightly oily to combination skin, particularly in the summer. I get very oily in my T-zone. So I want to make sure that my makeup is going to last all day and not use a primer that's going to contribute more oil into my skin than I actually need. So this is definitely my Ride or Die primer. This next product is my favorite foundation ever. It is such a great formula. It's perfect, full coverage, but not too heavy. And I find this really great to wear in both the summer and winter months. And it is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. And I am in the shade 140Y305. The numbers on these are a little bit different, but this is such a great foundation. I honestly can't say enough about it. You absolutely do not need a lot of product to go a long way with this foundation. This one is actually empty, so I do have to repurchase it, but it is my favorite foundation ever. Ever. I think this was about $39 at Sephora. I can't quite remember. I am one of those people that truly believes you do not have to spend a ton of money or invest a ton of money into your makeup products in order to get the look that you're trying to achieve. However, if you are looking for a higher end foundation, one that's going to be full coverage, last a long time, and is totally worth the money, then I absolutely recommend this one. Moving right along, I haven't included a concealer into this Ride or Die tag because I honestly haven't found one that was like mind-blowing to me. I kind of switch it up between drugstore brands, higher end brands. The NARS Creamy Concealer is a really good one. At the moment, I'm using one that I've had for a while, which is the Quo Illuminating Concealer. However, the drugstore brand Essence also has a really good 2-in-1 concealer. It's very full coverage, it's a little heavy, but it does what you need it to do. I'm going to move right along to bronzer or face powder. I've included this as sort of a 2-in-1 product, and this is the Super BB All-in-One Beauty Balm. This is from Physicians Formula. This shade seems to always work really well to even out my skin tone, bronze it up a little bit because you can build up the product. This is showing up a little bit lighter and warmer on the screen, but this actually works really well for me as a bronzing product and you can build it up. I do like this formula. It blends really nicely, it's not splotchy, and it's a really good drugstore brand. I say drugstore because you can get it in the drugstore, although it is a little bit pricier than some of the other brands that you would find there like Maybelline, Revlon, etc. I think this was probably somewhere around $30 or $40. I don't know if you can get these individually. This one came in a pack with a BB cream and a concealer, although I actually ended up using this more than the other three. And of course, I have to include at least one brush in here, and that is going to be my Real Techniques buffing brush, and I've included this as the one brush that I would take if I was stranded on a desert island. I love this brush. This brush you can use for absolutely everything. I use it for applying my foundation. I use it for blending out my under eye concealer. It's such a soft, dense brush, but it works really well for foundation and concealer. Obviously, I can't use this on my eyes, but you got your fingers for that. If I had to take one brush, it would be this one all the time, always, forever and ever. Amen. Next, I'm going to jump into my favorite brow product of all time, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and this is in the shade Blonde. You have to have kind of a decent brush to do it. If the brush is too flimsy, then the pomade doesn't really blend as easily. But this is the perfect shade for me when I have, you know, blonde hair or light brown. I tend to mix it up quite a bit. I have tried other ones. At the moment, I'm still using my Essence Brow Designer in shade Brown. For my makeup today, I used a combination of my Essence Brow Designer and the Dip Brow Pomade. The Dip Brow Pomade helps to fill in my brows a little bit better and make them look more natural instead of straight and choppy like what the pencil does. The only thing I would say about this is that you do have to make sure that you're being very careful with it when you put the lid back on, because if it is not on completely tight, the pomade will dry out. It's totally worth the price tag, but just remember to keep the cap on tight. This is the Twist 2-in-1 mascara from Bourjois, and what I love about this is that it allows you to adjust between a large and a small wand, and the idea is you use both to go through your lashes and get a fuller effect. I do find that having the option to twist the mascara wand up does give me a fuller look. The only thing that I dislike about this is that it's not waterproof. And if I was going to a desert island or stranded on a desert island, just assuming I would want waterproof mascara. For eyeshadow, I actually opted for something that I just recently picked up, and that is the Joe Fresh Neutrals palette. I got this palette about 2 weeks ago, and the colors in it are just stunning. They have a perfect mix of shimmers and mattes, as well as highlight and transitional shades. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch a couple of these. I'm going to do this rose gold one right here, the gold one down here, and I'll do this sort of light one right here. The only thing that kind of sucks about this palette is that there are no names as to what the products are. So we've got the gold, the rose gold, and then the lighter shade down here. These aren't showing up as nicely on camera as they are in person. The color payoff is actually a lot better when you're using a brush on your lid. The colors blend out super nicely and there's not a lot of fallout, which is also a bonus. Finally, favorite lipstick, that is this one from NYX. It's the Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London. And I know Desi Perkins absolutely loves this shade as well. I've had this for some time, actually. It's lasted me about a year. Comes in a very small tube and has sort of a moussey texture, but it's such a nice, pretty nude shade, and I think this actually works really well across different skin tones. It's kind of a nice light brown on fairer skin tones, and sort of a nice nude on medium to deeper skin tones. It's not too drying, and it applies perfectly. The applicator tip is amazing, and it smells incredible. So that is my favorite lipstick. So that is it, guys, for my ride or die favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see, more videos like this, or favorites videos, dislike videos, leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and don't forget to subscribe.